Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the Steve Malzberg Show. It is Monday, Thanksgiving week. Who could believe it? And we are coming to you from our New York City studios. And we start the show with the horrific news of 4 police shootings in 3 different states in a period of 24 hours. San Antonio police officer Detective Benjamin Marconi, 50 years old, was killed while sitting in his patrol car writing a traffic ticket. Someone walked up to the side of the car, shot him twice in the head. St. Louis, a police officer shot twice in the face while sitting in his car. He is recovering. Gladstone, Missouri, a police officer shot during another traffic stop. Sanibel, Florida, a police officer sitting in his car, shot. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have had 56 police officers on all levels throughout the country shot and killed in the United States in this calendar year. And we still have a month and a week to go. What is going on? What is going on? I haven't heard anything from anybody of any significance about these police shootings, condemning them on the liberal side. Believe me, if one of these officers had managed to shoot their assailant before they were shot, and Hillary Clinton was still running for president, she would have had the mother of that thug up on stage with her. That's another reason she lost. Because she made heroes out of the mothers of, in some cases, thugs who attacked cops. And she trashed our heroic police officers. There's a climate in this country, and it's not the right that has put forth that climate, encouraged that climate, enabled that climate. That climate has come from the left, from the White House, from the Justice Department, from the mayors of these cities, and, of course, far from least, the media. We pray for all the officers and their families and hope that they get well soon, and we mourn the loss of the officer in San Antonio. All right, folks, let me let you hear another travesty. You'll hear the story described better than I could describe it. Here it is.
Stuart Perry, his wife, and his daughter were flying from Sacramento to Philadelphia, headed to Dover Air Force Base. While connecting in Phoenix, they were at risk of being late for their second flight, so the American Airlines crew asked that the Gold Star family be allowed to deplane first. That did not sit well with first-class passengers.
And to hear the reaction of the flight being delayed because of a Gold Star family and the first class cabin booing that was really upsetting, and it made us cry some more.
Another example of the left, the sickening, disgusting left. Who else but the left would applaud, would boo, or when there's an announcement that there'll be a slight delay because they're bringing a hero's coffin off the plane? Disgusting, just disgusting. I want to move on. It was also disgusting to a lesser extent than that when Mike Pence and family went to the Broadway show Hamilton and got this reception. And then the disgusting cast of Hamilton lectured the vice president when it was over.
But we truly hope that this show has inspired you to uphold our American values and to work on behalf of all of us. All of us. Again, we truly thank you for sharing this show, this wonderful American story told by a diverse group of men and women of different colors, creeds, and orientations.
Outrageous, and many have demanded an apology from that man and the cast. He says he's not going to apologize. Mike Pence took the high ground yesterday, said, I don't need an apology. He says that's what freedom of speech is all about. Donald Trump, however, did a series of tweets, as you might expect, and this was one of them. We put it up on the screen. The cast and producers of Hamilton, which I hear is highly overrated, should immediately apologize to Mike Pence for their terrible behavior. All right, folks, joining me now is John Sununu, former governor of the great state of New Hampshire, former chief of staff to George H.W. Bush, and author of The Quiet Man, the indispensable presidency of George H.W. Bush. And Governor, first and foremost, congratulations are in order. Your son has succeeded you. Why did I say that?
He's a son of a gun.
A son of a governor. That's what I was going to say. But your son is now governor and will be governor, and that has got to feel. I can't imagine how proud you feel.
Well, I do. He ran in a very tough environment up here. Senator Ayotte lost. The 2 congressional seats lost. Trump lost up here, but somehow Chris managed to win the governorship. So he ran a great race with very little money, and we're very, very proud of him. Proud of the race he ran, especially.
I think he had a good bloodline, though, going in.
Yeah, good breeding stuff.
Well, seriously, congratulations, and I'm sure he'll make a fine governor, and I look forward to speaking to him on this show going forward. Let me ask you, just before we get into more important things, really, what was your reaction to what first the crowd and then the cast of Hamilton did to Vice President-elect Pence?
You know, my reaction is, can you imagine the arrogance of people who just happen to sing well, trying to tell a governor who's about to be vice president how to run the country? It's unbelievable. It happens all the time nowadays, from Hollywood to Broadway to TV. These folks, just because they have access to the public through their entertainment talent, think they know something about governing. I find it arrogant and embarrassing for them.
Yeah, and he took the high road while Donald Trump tweeted out, apology is in order. He certainly said that that's freedom of speech, which is, I think, the right way to go.
It's the right way to go. Look, they're entitled to be as arrogant as they wish. Nobody has to pay attention to them, and believe it or not, most people don't.
All right, let me ask you. It seems like the media has taken at least a short breath out of bashing nonstop of Stephen Bannon, and now they're concentrating on one pick in particular from President-elect Trump, and that is Senator Sessions, talking about things that he said or might have said 30 years ago. You got Chuck Schumer talking about how those quotes have to be brought up, and blah, 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 blah. I mean, do you think that this is going to be the MO, that the media and the Democrats, like Schumer and company, are going to scrutinize every single appointment made by Donald Trump?
They always do, and it's silly not to expect that that's going to be the case. It is going to be the case, and we just have to, the president-elect has to keep that in mind as he makes the appointments. If he makes an appointment that becomes a target, he's got to understand it gives the Democrats an opportunity to litigate, if you will, the whole election cycle. I think he's cognizant of it. I think Senator Sessions will be okay, but it's going to be a very aggressive process as he goes for confirmation.
You know, they're also talking about in the media, which is the same as the left, lack of diversity in the cabinet candidates and appointments. You know, I don't know who said it the other day, but I'm on board with this. I don't want to see a cabinet there. It was Bill Clinton who, when he was running, said, I'm going to give you a cabinet that looks like America. I think the first time he was running, or maybe the second time. I don't want a cabinet that looks like America. I want the best people to run the country, not what, I don't care what they look like or what color they are.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, there's only been one cabinet appointment. That's Sessions for Attorney General. I may be mistaken, but I think that's right.
No, I believe you are absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right.
A diversity, it's hard to get diversity in one.
What about Mitt Romney? We had Pete Hoekstra on earlier in the afternoon on the America Talks Live, and he said he was up for the CIA position, although he wasn't talked to by Trump about it. He said that he'd be shocked if Romney is selected Secretary of State, although he said Romney would carry out Trump's policies. But would you be shocked or not surprised?
No, I would be pleased. I think both men showed a great deal of character and support for the party and the country and the world, frankly, by burying the hatchet at their meeting. And if the meeting went well, and I'm sure they discussed whatever differences might be of concern if an appointment were made, I think if an appointment were made, you're going to see a very consistent policy between the president and state.
What does it say, do you believe, about Donald Trump? I mean, I don't know, maybe he is trying to send a message. I don't know. But just the fact that, I mean, nobody gratuitously, who wasn't actually running, it wasn't within the context of a campaign, nobody of more prominence hit Trump harder gratuitously, like I say, than Mitt Romney over and over and over again. So what do you believe it says about Trump, the real Donald Trump, that he, reached out or accepted the reaching out of Romney?
It says a lot about both of them, as I pointed out. It's a great demonstration by Donald Trump that he wants to talk and appoint good people, and it's a great demonstration by Mitt Romney that this is now his president, the country's president, and he is willing to help in ways that are appropriate.
A lot of people fear some of the things Barack Obama might try to do on his way out. There's a story now that he's looking to fortify the Iran nuclear deal. We also have heard that, he might have the Security Council abstain or maybe even vote along with the declaration of a Palestinian state before he leaves office, pardoning of what he would call low-level criminals, letting them on the streets on the way out. I mean, he still has a lot of time left. And I don't think he's going to be, to quote the title of your book, the quiet man on his way out the door. Do you?
Yeah, but virtually everything is, not everything, but a lot of what you're talking about is reversible. So, let him embarrass himself with actions that are not presidential, and the next president will undo them.
So you're looking forward to dancing at the inaugural ball for your son?
I am. We'll have a ball here and a reception up in the North Country, I hear. And look, this is the Democrats have controlled the governor's office for 20 years, except for one little 2-year stretch. So this is an important change for the state. With the House and Senate in New Hampshire, the House and Senate in Republican control, they can undo some of the things the Democrats have done to make New Hampshire less attractive.
Great. Well, congratulations again, and there's going to be a lot of undoing both in New Hampshire and throughout the country. Great to see you, Governor.
Thank you. Thanks, Steve. Thanks.
All right, folks, the panel, my pleasure. The panel is next. Tom Borelli and Brent Badowski, whose Packers lost last night. He might not be in a good mood. Don't go away.